the canons exist to be one day violated. It is still traditional for the painters of the Middle Ages to use tempera, a paint which adds matte effect to canvases. And it is not yet common to depict people in everyday settings without any connection with a religious plot. But the Flemish artist Jan van Eyck challenges the established traditions by using a new technique of oil painting, unique to the 15th century European art world, with the creation of Portrait of Giovanni Arnolfini and his wife. At first glance, it is simply an everyday life scene, ordinary people in a modest interior of the burgher's house. But why are their poses so solemnly still and faces so serious? Why is the man's right hand stiffened, like in an oath? A seemingly ordinary scene turns out to be a riddle. To solve it, let's proceed with the following story. In 1420, a representative of the merchant house of Medici, Giovanni Arnolfini, arrived in Bruges. At the court of Duke Felipe le Bon, he got acquainted with an artist, Jan van Eyck by name. It is possible that Van Eyck painted this picture as a wedding gift to Arnolfini and his fiancée, Giovanni Sinami. What can we see on the canvas? At this moment, in the house of Arnolfini, probably the wedding ceremony is taking place. Van Eyck was invited to depict this important event, and possibly for the first time in history, a painting served as a legal document. But there is a paradox here. There are 2 people in the room, but 4 in the mirror. What's the matter? We find the explanation in the inscription on the wall. Jan van Eyck was here. The artist and an unknown person are reflected in the mirror because they are watching the scene, and it looks as if we are standing near them on the doorstep of the Arnolfini house. To achieve a full illusion of reality, Van Eyck wanted to use soft color changes, but traditional tempera, matte paint with an egg base, did not allow him to do it. The painter would then use nut oil as a solvent. The result was astonishing. The oils formed a thin, transparent layer, allowing for the details to be worked through thoroughly. And when paint is put at the end of a thin paintbrush, the effect of flickering light spots has been created. Having discovered the secret of oil paints, Van Eyck could work miracles. An instant impression is made as if in a magic mirror on the portrait of Giovanni Arnolfini and his wife. Everything has a symbolic meaning. Though it is daylight, there is a candle lit in the chandelier, the symbol of the Lord's all-seeing eye. The dog means loyalty. The green color of the dress, spring and love. Rosaries symbolize honesty. The slippers signify comfort. A broom, the order in the house and spiritual purity. A bed is the place of birth and death. It is also a conjugal bed. A carved figure may symbolize Saint Margaret or Saint Martha. Both of them patronized women in childbirth. The apple reminds of sin and the exotic. For that time, Europe oranges signify that sinful affairs are to be purified in a Christian marriage. So, the scene taking place in the Arnolfini house is quite clear now, and symbols are completely comprehensible. Nevertheless, we are not quite certain of the fact that Van Eyck is depicting the wedding ceremony. There exist some other versions. As the man gives his left hand to the woman, not the right one, we suppose that they are not newlyweds, but spouses, and it is not a wedding ceremony, but a family portrait. There is another version. Using the name of Arnolfini, the painter could have painted himself and his wife. And really, one can detect some resemblance in the features of the woman's face to Margaret van Eyck. But in assuming it is a portrait of Van Eyck, we can also see the face of another man. there is a bolder assumption. The artist depicted a palmist and a pregnant woman. He is telling the fortune of the child-to-be. This explanation may seem the most convincing. We can clearly see that a woman is expecting a child, but again, we risk making a mistake. It turns out that the bulging belly is a ridiculous fashion in the Middle Ages. Even Eve in the Ghent altarpiece has a similar S-shaped figure. A large belly was considered to testify to prosperity and wealth. This issue remains open till now. But no one can deny that one of the pioneers of oil painting, the Flemish artist Jan van Eyck, by means of new paints, created an amazing bright world, an elegant and exact reflection of reality.